What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_Cine_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out. You feel me? So again, now our mentality is fucked up because now we're learning from a feminine component, right? So where we are naturally predisposed to learn from principle. We're naturally predisposed to learn from principle, not detail. That's what femininity teaches you. It teaches you to learn from detail. This is how women's memory is so on point, and why she can remember some shit that you did fucking 14 years ago down to a T, and you like, huh? But you can understand the principle. You feel me? You can understand the principle. Even more so to where women will send a whole fucking paragraph in a text message and will respond to the most important part. That's the principle. The rest of that shit was detailed to me. You feel me? The rest of that shit was detailed to me. But that's how we learn. So when you start off, this is a very important point. So when you start off from kindergarten to third grade, by third grade test scores, they know that they know who's going to prison. They build prisons off of third grade test scores, right? How? So you mean to tell me most third graders is what, 8, 9 years old? You start school in kindergarten, so you're like 5. In 3 to 4 years, they know exactly who's going to go to prison. How the fuck do you know that shit unless you have a system in place and you know what the fuck you're doing? Because you understand that you're not teaching them from the level they're supposed to learn from. You feel me? So they're emasculated in school all the fucking time. Not just they become gay. That's not what I'm saying. Emasculated in the sense their masculinity is completely gone. That's the icing on the cake. Their school system is the icing on the fucking cake. And the cherry on the motherfucking top. To where we've already done the religion. We've already done the spirituality. We fucked up their whole masculinity from the spiritual component. Because they believe in some shit that doesn't make sense. You feel me? It can, now don't get me wrong, it provides solace, it provides peace, it helps people in their moments, it helps get through certain shit. But when you have like the dynamic into which that is, it fucks with you, because when you have shit that tells you that if you're a slave, you know, your master can do X, Y, and Z, honor your slave as if you would, all that, like that shit is important to know, because that fucks with your spirituality and your masculinity. Because if I can't rationally conceive that, yo, this mother, yo, well, the book says he can do this because I'm his slave. He's, you know, slaves, honor your earthly masters if you would, motherfucker's name. You know, shit like that. That fucks with your mentality. That fucks with your masculinity from the spiritual component, bro. Like, that's really what the fuck is doing. So now, we got them from that point. So now we're gonna fuck with their mind, and this is how we're gonna fuck with their mind, right? We're gonna put them in school. We're gonna put them in school. So we've been doing this shit for, what? We introduced, religions were introduced to us about 2,000 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, we got that, you know, it's 2 slave trades we had, transatlantic and a trans-Saharan, or sub-Saharan, right? 2 of the major religions are infusing that shit, and it's the 2 that we follow the most to fucking day. Coincidence? I think fucking not. Plan executed, goddamn. But anyway, so now, you didn't go into the school systems, right? They're teaching you how to become toxic feminine. And they're completely suppressing your masculine because they know that you learn from principle. They know that you learn from certain modalities of learning. So it's like, we're going to fuck with them. We're going to teach them the details. We're not going to give them the principles, right? So then by 3rd grade, they shut down. They can't drop out to 16, but they've already shut down in 3rd grade. Now we're just delaying the process to 16. You feel me? Every day I'm in class with a teacher who, for one, doesn't like me. She's a woman. This is why it's like I was about to mention it earlier. I love my people to death and to life, and I love my sisters, and I know that you guys' heart is in a good place where you say, I want to get in the system so I can help the kids. You can't. You fucking can't. It's designed this way. And you're making it worse for them because you're teaching them the curriculum that is supposed to kill them. You're teaching them the curriculum that is not even based for their way of learning. Yes, this is why they say the black woman is now the most educated being in America on the face of this earth right now. She's like, you know, this, and we're hyping that, but we're not paying attention to why. I'm not undermining my sisters at all, but y'all are supposed to. Y'all are supposed to be at this particular point. You're learning in a system that is designed from your perspective. So now you can break the home up. Now you can break the home up. We're not going to teach the men from a masculine perspective. We're going to teach them from a feminine perspective, which they don't learn from. So we're going to constantly berate details at them. We're going to pass them along. No child left behind. We're going to pass them along. You feel me? Along the way. Oh, you tried. You did your best. You know, you're trying to memorize this shit. That's not the case. That's not the case. A lot of this shit is based off memorization, which is what we don't do. We learn through principle. We remember that shit through principle. Where do we learn principles at? The motherfucking streets. The motherfucking streets.